What's happening everyone, my name is Alex and welcome back to a new review. For today we have a new smartwatch from China called the TS1. This watch is running a full copy of Android 5.1 and it costs somewhere around $110. We are gonna start with a very quick unboxing. So the watch comes in a good looking box but with no information whatsoever on the box. Inside the box we are gonna find the watch itself. Obviously we are also gonna find the user manual. The user manual is in English and it's got a whole bunch of pictures and instructions. And aside from that you're gonna find the charging cable. Now the charging cable attaches to the back of the watch with magnets and it's very easy to use and it's much better than the last smartwatch that I tried. For specs, we have the MTK6580 CPU. This is a quad-core CPU. We have 512 MB of RAM, 8 GB of internal storage, and as I said at the beginning, the watch is running Android 5. Even though the specs don't seem too impressive, keep in mind that this is a watch, so you're not going to be able to do that much with it. I mean, you still have access to the Google Play Store, you can download games and so on, but realistically, you're not going to be able to do that much just because it's so small. The watch itself has a very unique look and that's mostly because of those leather straps, because that's not something that we see every day for smartwatches. Now the downside to those leather straps is the fact that they're not replaceable, so if you want to replace them you're probably gonna have to take apart the entire watch and then you're gonna have to look for some other straps that would fit, so definitely not the easiest thing to do. That leather is also very soft to touch and it doesn't feel cheap by any means. The watch itself it's made out of metal. Well, most of the watch it's made out of metal because the bottom it's actually made out of plastic. On one side we have the speaker is quite loud, and on the other side we have the microphone and a button. Turning the watch around you're gonna find a little plastic door that will let you access the SIM card tray. So yes, this watch can take a SIM card and can be used as a phone. And aside from that, we have the heart rate monitor and the connectors for the charger. Now about that heart rate monitor, so yes, the watch can monitor your heart rate, but every single time you want to do that, you actually have to initialize that. So it cannot monitor your heart rate just by itself. So every single time you have to go in the watch and start that manually. And since we are talking about health related stuff, the watch also has a pedometer inside, so it can measure all the steps that you do throughout the day, and it can also save the steps that you've done in the previous days. The watch has a 1.39 inches Amoled display that has a resolution of 400 by 400, and I have to say this display looks absolutely gorgeous and it can get bright enough so you can actually use the watch outside. So no matter how you look at the watch, you're gonna be able to see the screen. And also related to the screen, the watch has the ability to turn on the screen every time you turn the watch towards yourself, and that's a very important feature because you want to see the watch whenever you turn the hand towards you. So obviously the watch doesn't stay on all the time, it turns off whenever you're not looking at it. Moving on to another important aspect about this watch is the battery life. So inside this watch you have a 350 mAh battery, and like most other watches from China, mostly the ones running Android 5.1, well, the battery life it's not the greatest. So you're kind of gonna be able to make it run an entire day, but it really depends how you use the watch. Because if you have the screen's brightness set at maximum, if you get a lot of notifications, you're definitely not gonna make it run an entire day. We also get quite a few watch faces that come pre-installed, and switching in between watch faces only takes about a second and a half, so very easy to do so. And if you want more watch faces, you have a whole bunch that you can download, so it's very simple to do so. Navigating the UI it's very simple, so you basically swipe left, swipe right, up and down, and that's simple. Now keep in mind that you can only touch the screen in one place in the same time, so the screen will not register more than one touch. The watch has Wi-Fi connectivity and Bluetooth connectivity, but you can only connect to the 2.4 GHz Wi-Fi bands. Now, you can connect Bluetooth headphones to the watch and you can listen to music, but as long as you have the music on the watch. So if you have the watch connected to your phone, for example, you're not going to be able to listen to music through headphones from the phone if the headphones are connected to the watch. Hopefully you understood. But again, if you have headphones and the phone with you, you might as well connect the headphones right to the phone, if you know what I mean. And you can easily control the music right from the watch. So you can only listen to music from headphones, from the headphones that are connected to the watch, if the music is on the watch. If you plan on using this smartwatch connected to your phone, so basically as a smartwatch, well, the functionality is very limited. So you're going to be able to get all the notifications that you get on your smartphone. The notifications are pushed onto the watch because you have to install an app onto your phone. But you cannot reply to any notifications, unfortunately. So you can see WhatsApp messages, you can see text messages, you can basically see everything that happens on your phone, but you cannot reply to any of them. Now, if you're gonna use this by itself, so if you have a SIM card inside and the watch has access to the internet, you can basically get all the notifications, you can reply to them and so on, but not connected to your smartphone. Since we have access to the Google Play Store, you can definitely install Google Now, and that gives you the ability to control the watch with your voice. So you can basically dictate everything and the watch can send text messages for you. It can search whatever you want on the web. You can check out the weather and you don't actually have to type. Now you can still type if you want, but keep in mind the screen is very small and it's not going to be easy to type on this little watch. And another thing worth mentioning, it's related to the GPS unit inside the watch. So if you don't have a SIM card inside the watch will never find your location. So keep that in mind, you need a SIM card inside to actually use the GPS inside the watch. And I guess that's not too helpful, because if you just want to use the watch by itself, you're not going to be able to access the GPS. So there you have it, this is the TS1 smartwatch. Now, me personally, I use smartwatches just as regular watches, so I never connect them to my smartphone. I only connect them to my smartphone for these reviews, otherwise I never have them connected because I just can't stand getting all those notifications on my wrist as well. So as a regular watch, I guess it could be useful. You can use the Wi-Fi, you can use the Bluetooth, you can take it for a run and so on. But as a smartwatch connected to your smartphone, I don't know, the functionality it's kind of limited. Alright guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did like it, press that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.